Hi, and welcome to A New Day, A New Vision. My name is Kim Upstone, and you are at my All I Want Is Everything site. Today we're going to talk about love. Love is a four-letter word, much too small for the enormous meaning behind it. Some cultures use a wide array of words for different kinds of loves, but we use one word, like the love of food versus the love of impassionate love. Very different, but we use the same word. Or maybe the love of your children versus love of sports. Different level and the way we show it, but yet we use the same word. I'm asked when the topic turns to love if you can love others if you don't love yourself. My answer is yes, but usually to your detriment. I believe that if you don't love yourself, you will never feel unconditional love from another person. If you don't love yourself, you may not feel worthy of love and accepting that someone could actually be in love with you. You may search your entire life for that one person who fulfills you, who makes you complete. You may go to extraordinary levels to make sure that people think that you're good and kind and give every last piece of yourself away, believing that it is in making someone else feel loved that you're going to receive love back. I hope you can look back and realize that every step we've taken so far has been about you. Love is no different. Everyone's looking for love outside of themselves, someone or something externally, to be loved unconditionally. But who better than to start with than by loving yourself? Every piece of your life revolves around loving yourself. Believe me when I tell you that the work you'll do in this area will change all the other areas. Everything, and I mean everything, begins and ends with you loving yourself. I hope you're listening. I hope you let this sink in. Absorb it like a sponge. Grasp onto it. Study it to understand it better. It's very important. This may be the greatest gift I can give you, for you to see value in yourself and to the world. The ability to love yourself frees you to allow others to love you unconditionally. It allows you to make choices free of conditions. Let me explain. Loving yourself is not about your ego being fed. It's about accepting everything you do or say or your consequences or actions. It's not a self-centered act, even though it is all about you. But we'll talk about that more in a minute. Loving yourself is the first step to creating an extraordinary life. It's the river that you must cross to allow the riches on the other side to be explored to the fullest. Those riches, in addition to an extraordinary life, are health, gratitude, purpose and passion, happiness, amazing relationships. It allows you to be fearless in your life while keeping you moving on that river, still feeling grounded when life happens to sweep you away. Loving yourself allows you to love others without putting conditions upon it. That's real love, you know. Loving someone without expectations and requirements, no jealousy, no proof of love needed. Remaining present in a relationship because you choose to be there, not out of need, frees you to look with clarity at the person you choose to be with. It allows you choice. Loving yourself allows the other person to be who they were meant to be, allowing for their happiness, for them to be true to themselves and find the love within themselves for themselves. Not someone looking to be your everything, a person who looks to become what you need. Because we all soon tire of becoming the everything for another person. They eventually will become a disappointment to you because they're an unfulfilled expectation. And once again, you will wonder why you've never found the everything you're searching for. You are the everything. And someone to love without expectations is a gift. And when you look at something as a gift, it becomes more valuable, something to treasure and appreciate. So how does ego play a destructive part? Well, one area is our self-talk. We talked earlier about what we say to ourselves and the part it plays in our self-destruction. Self-love requires awareness of negativity as well as egotism, which many times is present in our self-talk also. But left unchecked, it can entirely swell to arrogance and superiority. To retain that balance, you need to be vigilant that it remains only about you. No comparisons to others in any way. Your journey is your journey. Their journey is their journey. Don't allow your love for yourself to be derailed by what you have or don't have. There's always going to be other people with more cars, more possessions. There's always people with less. Your value doesn't lie in those things. Your value lies in being true to yourself and being the best you can be, rising to whatever opportunity or test you're given, and looking at yourself and saying in the end, I love who I am. Not a perfect person, but certainly one worth loving. Here's a quote from my book, All I Want Is Everything, A Guide to Love, Peace, and Happiness. Seeking love in your life only makes it more elusive. The answer to its mysterious gift is to love yourself first. Remain open to all possibilities. The love you're looking for may not be delivered in the package you expect it to be, but you may be surprised by the treasure you find once you dare to look inside. It's also true of loving yourself. Dare to look inside. Begin to love yourself and build upon that love. Allow others to love you unconditionally, and allow yourself to be loved unconditionally. I know that in the end of your journey, it's not going to matter the size of your house or where you lived or what car you drove. What will matter is if you looked right, or if you had the right job. Those won't matter either. What will matter is if you spent time nurturing the only thing you can take with you, and that is love. And my wish for you is that all the gifts that we're given and everything we seek to have in our lives, that you'll work to see and understand for yourself that besides time, true love is the only thing you cannot buy, borrow, or steal. And if you work hard now and allow it to be an important part of your awareness every single day, off in the distance, on the crest of the horizon, is where you will realize the value of that gift, of loving yourself, which you've chosen to embrace for the rest of your days. And in that twilight, that your understanding will be confirmed, and you will see the importance to the world. You will see that the love for yourself, as well as for others, given freely, without conditions, are the things you can carry with you to your next journey. You will move into those years appreciating that it is a privilege to grow old and love so many people, including yourself. And it's with that great understanding that you need to set about changing your every heart, one at a time. And lastly, the final paragraph from my book, And All I Want Is Everything, A Guide to Love, Peace, and Happiness. We will all meet again at the end of the river, bathed in the glow of all the love we've received and all the love we've given. Happiness will radiate from each of us, and the light of our spirits will unite to light the path for others to follow. Namaste.